what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 64, volume 4 of a special Thanksgiving edition of Big Fan. In this episode, be amazed as you learn where the word cornucopia comes from. Hank, say that with me. Cornucopia. Thank you. It rolls off the tongue. Also today, discover Hank's top 5 Thanksgiving sides. And last but not least, unwrap the riddle on pumpkin spice and all of its 110 million uses.
I think it's losing a little gas, pumpkin spice. I think it's slowing down. Maybe not in your life, but I think it's kind of went bougie and then now it's like kind of weak.
Pumpkin spice pretzels, just discovered that yesterday.
Those are terrible.
Yeah.
My name is Hank Eimer and I'm a big fan of getting your life and weekends back, seeing your kid isn't on a winter sports team. Having a float in the Christmas parade where you don't have a creative responsibility. Finally, heated seats. I love a heated seat.
It's heated seat time. And I got a new car, you know?
I know.
The heated seat in this car.
Blazing
Fire. I mean, and it warms up real quick, you know?
Yeah.
So, bingo, 8 seconds and your butt is toasty.
I like a heated seat.
Yeah.
I like it when it gets real cold, heated seat, window down.
Absolutely. You know what I really like too, Hank? I really like a Thanksgiving. I love a Thanksgiving.
That's the dumbest thing you said. Of course, everybody loves Thanksgiving.
Number one holiday, hands down, right? And not only it is the number one, hands down, a holiday for most people that like to eat a lot like you. It is definitely the number one holiday. Am I correct, Hank?
I love Thanksgiving.
Eat and sleep. You're good at both.
I love Thanksgiving. Okay, Thanksgiving's good.
Yes.
Okay, when you eat normal portions like I do, you know, I would think Godzilla's hand looks big to most people, right? The people that is chasing. To you, I'm sure my plate of food looks like a lot of food, but. You know, people have to understand that portion control on your plate stays in the center of the plate. Right. I mean, you put like 3 things and they're like
little corn kernels.
They could sit on like $50, right? That's portion control for you. Yes. Me, on the other hand, it's just a normal portion.
Sure.
You maybe even go back for seconds.
Absolutely.
Do I apologize for that? I do not.
Of course not.
All right.
Well, while we're on this Thanksgiving feast, Hank, you know, it's just a week away from us right now. And the world wants to know top 5 Thanksgiving sides voted on by Hank Eimer himself.
You know what? You're a boring man. This was in your intro and the first bit you did.
Because I told the audience that we're going to learn about this today.
I know.
So let's learn. Let's
dive in.
Tell them. And so these are sides. These aren't your main entrees like your turkey or your ham. Or at our house, sushi. We go with sometimes sushi on Thanksgiving.
You do sushi on Thanksgiving.
We have been known to do that. We've done crab legs on Thanksgiving. We've done some odd stuff. We've done a roast beef on Thanksgiving, but typically, you know, your turkey and your ham are your standards. I'm focusing on the sides, Hank, the sides. So I'm just going to throw a couple out there and, you know, give you a few seconds to think about it. And let's go from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanksgiving sides. Mashed potatoes. We've got broccoli. We've got broccoli and cheese. We've got sweet potato casserole. We've got your corn. We've got your mashed potatoes and gravy. We've got rice. We have this thing that my mom makes called oyster stuffing. We have plain stuffing. We have dressing. What else do we have, Hank? What else do we have?
Do you have cranberry sauce?
We have cranberries. We have cranberry sauce. We have cranberry, the stuff that's like
in the can?
A can of gel, if you will. A jello looking thing. And then we have like the other stuff that's like mushed together.
Do you have what's that Waldorf salad?
Waldorf salad.
Yeah, that's like green.
We don't have that. No, we're not.
That's a grandmother favorite right there.
Yeah.
You got to go to old school,
yes,
like Thanksgiving dinners for that one.
Yeah, we'll go with any type of bean. We got a butter bean. We already talked about a green bean. Not really a pinto bean during Thanksgiving.
So you have all these sides?
No, I'm just throwing out sides.
I was going to say, this is overachieving over there at the East
House. I'm throwing out
House.
sides in general, you know, so I want you to narrow this.
You're like steak fries. We got curly crowns.
Onion rings.
We got everything up in this
We've
piece.
got those mini corn dogs. But anyway, hey, top 5 Thanksgiving sides Hank Eimer cannot live without. Let's start with 5.
Okay. I'm going to say number 5 for me. This is kind of mine are very traditional, but all of them are because you get nostalgic about it, right?
Of course.
Right.
That's what Thanksgiving's about.
Right.
Nostalgia.
Right. Even the can, I'll have a little bit of that canned cranberry stuff.
Yeah.
It's not in my top 5,
Right.
but I got to do it.
At just at least a bite.
Yeah, I got to do
Just
it.
the
It's
taste.
there. It's got to happen.
Absolutely.
Right? Got to have it happen.
Yeah.
So number 5 on mine is going to be green bean casserole or green beans.
Okay.
A green bean casserole, green beans. Okay. It's a staple. I kind of like green bean casserole better than I like green beans. Just
Is
plain
that
green
what y'all have typically?
We do.
Thanksgiving is a green bean casserole.
We do.
Casseroles are good.
beans. Yeah. We have green bean casserole, which is my number 5.
Yes.
Okay. Number 4 wasn't in your list, but critical to Thanksgiving dinner.
Interesting.
Rolls.
Rolls. Any particular rolls? Are we
Sister
talking about Sister
Schubers.
Shoebies? Of
Come
course.
Come
Of
on.
course, Sister Shoebies.
Sister Schubert rolls.
Very important to our
critical.
house, yeah.
Critical. Because, once you got to get creative when you start eating. So then you start putting everything on a roll and then you start
a
eating.
little-
You're like, I got to get this thing in there. Where's
Right.
that cranberry thing?
Make a little sandwich.
Make a
kinda?
sandwich.
Yeah, got
You
it.
got it. Okay.
I'm on it. Yes, sir.
You with me here? Are you going to do your 5
No,
after
I
my
don't
5?
have 5.
You don't have 5.
I have one
You
side.
barely eat one.
I have one side. yeah.
Okay. So my next one would be deviled eggs. I love a deviled
Interesting
egg.
call.
Right? My mother-in-law makes them every time. They're on a
Appetizer wise or during the meal?
No, it's during the meal. You grab one or two, put it on your plate. Okay.
Paprika kind of sprinkled on the
Yeah,
top.
yeah. And she's got the plate, that has the divots
Yes,
where you can fit like 50 on it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Whoever invented that plate, brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah. They really cornered the deviled egg market.
Hot seller. It's a hot seller. Yes.
Okay. Number 2, sweet potato casserole. Love it. It's kind of that dessert before dessert.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
You feeling that one?
Oh, I do. Do you ever eat sweet potato casserole besides Thanksgiving
It's
Day?
got to be like, I don't purposely do it. I mean,
Right.
it's not like I'm going out, but it's very rare.
Yes.
Very rare.
That's why it's special for Thanksgiving. Okay. Got it. Understood.
Last but not least,
Yes.
I could eat my weight in this. Okay.
Yes.
Stuffing and gravy.
Dry or crispy? I mean, dry or mushy? There's 2 different kinds.
Well, I think the gravy makes it kind of mushy. So
Prior to the gravy being applied, is it like crispy or is it mushy?
I don't like mushy, but I don't want it to like fall apart like it's sawdust.
Right.
Does that make sense?
So somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a good middle
Like
mix.
that.
Okay.
Like
so
that.
that's by far. My mom used to have to make a pan when my brother and I were at our height, like young, eating as much. So he was 17, I was 15. She would make 3 pans. One for him, one for me, and one for the family.
Wow. You're a special son. Got his own plate of dressing.
Yep.
Stuffing.
Yep.
We've had this story before too.
I know we have.
I love it. I'm glad we're going back here. And a couple of ones that you've left off your top 5 list. Interesting to me. Mashed potatoes. No mashed potatoes makes the top 5 list.
I eat mashed potatoes all the time.
Okay. So it's
Okay.
not
So I mean,
special.
it's not special to me.
How about a mac and cheese? No mac and cheese.
Again, one of
Eat
my
it all.
favorite foods. If I had to list my top 10, mac and cheese would be on there.
Right.
But it's that doesn't. I see that thing all the time.
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
Waldorf salad.
That gets bottom of the list, brother. That's bottom of the list.
Wonderful.
That's like
Okay.
superhero, like
Yes.
kryptonite.
Yeah. Understood. Yes.
No, let me ask this question.
Yes.
Okay, so when you do it, you guys go to High Point
We go
every other year?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to your parents one year, you go to High Point. So where are you going this year?
My parents, and then we're leaving for High Point after we eat.
Okay, so this is actually opposite of what you just said. You say we go 1 year to my parents and then 1 year to High Point. So this year you're doing both. So you're
yes.
not having to make an option. I sometimes don't think you listen to me.
Hank, the story is just too boring. You wouldn't want to hear. I mean, it used to be my parents' house and we'd stay. And then the other year it would be Jennifer's family and we would stay. Now there's this party that Jennifer's family has had the night of Thanksgiving for the last 20 years that we just recently started on my parents' year that we still go to High Point to go to the party. We've just done that 2 years.
This is where you
3
got
years.
really hungover and had to take family pictures the next day, right?
I've told you this story.
Yes, you've told me this story.
yes.
Come on. We've been doing this for years now. Of course I've heard this story.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay, so this is funny. The reason that I ask is sometimes you go to Thanksgivings and it's a party. It's a celebration, right? You've got people, hanging out and drinking wine and maybe having a cocktail or doing whatever. Then you have others that it's kind of chill. We're going to sit on the couch. We're going to watch football. Maybe we'll play some games. Maybe not indulge in alcohol as much. Yeah. Sounds like both are game party kind of atmospheres for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanksgiving it's a party. It's a small party. Yes. I mean, drink, football, food. It's normally
hangover pictures.
Yeah, hangover pictures. Yeah, maybe a couple games, as you mentioned, charades, whatever. Throw the pigskin out in the front yard. Always fun, Yeah. It's one of those holidays.
I got you.
Put the sweater on, got the scarf wrapped up tight.
Will you take a picture for our fans of what you're going to wear that day? Because there's nobody that wears a scarf more than you. I would say out of my friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say out of people I've met, I'll broaden this stroke. This goes to everybody I have ever met in my life. You're in the top 1% of the people that wear scarves.
Yeah. And when that day comes, when the air just gets that perfect briskness in it, and I just look in that closet and I'll say, guys,
Scarf day.
Scarf day. Welcome home.
Do you know
welcome back? And then I just opened it up and just go through the scarves.
Do you know I once heard somebody say, if you had to choose something,
yes,
a scarf or gloves or a scarf or a hat, you choose a scarf. You keep your neck warm, it keeps you warm.
That's right.
Right? So
yeah.
Good. Look, so our producer has pulled up pictures of people on scarves, and
Lenny
you can
Kravitz.
get a Lenny Kravitz hand crocheted men's gift winter scarf for $200. This would look great on you. Although it looks pretty big on Lenny. Lenny's not a big guy, but does that not look like it's like a Afghan? I mean, that thing looks like it's
Afghan.
A throw.
Holy cow.
Find that on the back of a couch somewhere.
So, we were just talking about I wear scarves more than anybody that you know. Uh-huh. Lenny wears them more than me. That dude's got a scarf on in July.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, Lenny's really cool and can pull that off.
Yeah.
Right?
Look at me.
See, I'm just telling you. Lenny also wears a toboggan with one ear out all the time.
Always.
And it looks cool.
He's the coolest.
It is the cool.
You think I could start rocking the toboggan one ear? I want a nose ring. I do want a nose ring. And before I die, sir, I'm going to look like Lenny Kravitz in 3 years. Guaranteed.
Well, I know you've been putting this. So the nose ring's going to, let me just advise our audience on what's going on here, okay? You have shopped tattoos for 7-8 years.
At least.
Okay, you put fake tattoos on. You've
I've
tried
taken permanent marker and written Thug Life.
You've done everything. You've done it all to see if you can do it, and you cannot commit to it.
I can't.
You can't, right? So what makes you think this is stuff under your shirt? Right. What makes you think you can put something on your face that's a nose ring that you will get ridiculed for? I don't care. Listen,
I will get ridiculed.
Listen, I don't care what people say about. I'm not making fun of people with nose rings. I think they're cute. I think they're
beautiful.
I will bust your butt if you put on a nose ring. I swear to God. You saw that picture of Lenny Kravitz? Yes. You know why Lenny Kravitz had a pirate shirt on. It had ruffles around his wrist, and you still would look at that guy and you're like, baddest mug in town. Sure. Look at his wrist. Oh, look at that shirt.
He's bad. He's bad.
That is a girl's shirt, guaranteed.
There's no doubt about it.
Guaranteed. And he could pull any woman on that street right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Why can't that be me?
You would be, what you'd be? You'd be a short, broke, Lenny Kravitz stunt double is what you'd be.
I'll take it. Hang on. I will take it.
I got it.
Yes.
I'll help. Hey, next Halloween, let's dress up.
I love it.
I'll pick your character. You pick mine.
You be Sinead O'Connor. I'll be Lenny Kravitz.
I'll do it. Let's do it.
See, look, I got those abs.
I got
those abs all day long.
You have nothing for Lenny Kravitz.
All right, let's get off the Lenny subject. Well, Hank, you've been busy these past couple of weeks. The audience doesn't know. Let's let them know. You've been going through a little bit of stuff. Let's share with the audience what you've been going through.
I love it. This is this real touching moment that he tries to put out there.
Yes, I've been thinking about you, man.
I bet you haven't.
Yeah.
I went for my physical, and there was like what looked like a zit or acne on my face, and so I asked my doctor what was it, and he biopsied it, and it's a basal cell carcinoma, which is just skin cancer, but it's non-metastasis. It's like if you found out you had to have cancer, that's the one you'd want, right? There's people all over the country that got told that they had bad cancer that same day, so it's not a big deal. Sure. But it's right on my face, right beside my nose. So the plan for it, and I trust the physicians, the plan is to get it cut out. So through 2 weeks ago yesterday, I had it cut out of my face. So they dig it out and then they do about a 2-inch incision.
Did it hurt? Okay.
They didn't hurt at all.
Not under.
No, they did local.
Local,
and
right.
you know the difference between like guys that do local anesthesia, like that dude's really good at it.
Sure.
Like I didn't feel anything.
It's gotta be, yeah.
I didn't feel anything. And then the worst part of it, he cauterized some of my like vessels when they were going in, and you could smell the skin burning.
Oh.
Right. So it gets all stitched up and everything, and I've got to wear, this bandage on my face for a week.
Yeah.
And it's like covering I feel like Phantom of the Opera kind of, like
one half side. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I don't care that I had the surgery. It's just the wound care that drives me crazy. Like now I've got it on my, see, like
Phantom of
he
the
put
Opera.
a Phantom of the Opera thing up.
That's correct.
Thanks, Moose.
That's great.
But it's like now, so the bottom half of the incision opened. And so now I have to put Aquaphor in it, and I have to wear a bandage over it until it heals properly. So,
Is this your moneymaker, Hank? We're talking about your moneymaker here, buddy.
Ruggedness. It's just going to add a little.
It's like add a little. Okay,
it's
you'll
just-
have a story now.
You
Right,
you go.
a story.
Yeah, it's like a shark attack.
Sure.
I went into a convenience store. Somebody was holding up somebody with a knife.
Yes.
I got involved.
Right.
I ended up with a slight scratch.
You're a
but-
hero. You're a hero, right?
Hey.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, and so before you know it, that it'll be healed up and be back
Better
to
looking.
selling real estate all over the country.
You got it right. The first thing I thought of though is funny because you don't think of skin cancer. When you hear cancer, the last thing you think of is skin cancer. But I keep thinking of that Seinfeld episode when they were making fun of the dermatologist.
Right.
He was dating a dermatologist, and people keep coming up to him and be like, "You saved my life." And he's like, what'd she do? Like cure a zit or whatever, whatever. And he was like, "She got rid of my skin cancer." Skin cancer.
I remember.
I think about that every single time. But I mean, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not.
Well,
It's not that.
I'm glad you're healing.
It was very sincere that you brought that up.
Yes. I just wanted the world to pray for you.
Appreciate it. Wear a hat and suntan lotion. I blame my mother. She's the one that did this to me. She didn't put any suntan lotion on me when I was little. Thanks, Barb.
And you got to these days.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to because I would try to get I've got a pretty good tan anyway. I'm Hawaiian, but I would put the stuff on to enhance it when I was in junior high. Not suntan lotion.
Yeah, you get
but
dark.
I'm trying to get a really toasty glaze going on. And so I wish I wouldn't have done that. My shoulder, oh man, my dermatologist says the same thing.
Oh, you're going to have something.
You got to have some sunscreen on at all times now, But anyway, hey, not changing the subject too far off track here, but you mentioned Seinfeld. Curb or Seinfeld? 1, 2, rank them.
I think Seinfeld won, Curb 2, just for the simple fact that I was introduced to Seinfeld and fell in love with Larry David's comedy and Jerry's comedy. And so Curb is incredibly funny, as funny, obviously the same writing. I love Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, number 1 overall sitcom of all time for you. Hank Eimer.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Just wanted to see where you stand. I like Curb better than Seinfeld.
Okay.
I like them both. There's a new Curb season out now, but I haven't watched any of it, but I'll dive in. Just wanted to get your thoughts there. All right. So Hank, something that is, again, we're going to go down this roller coaster ride, right, of topics. Have you ever been listening and you're in the car and your song comes on that you've known since you were 7 years old and you're singing the lyrics and you're every word by heart. You've sang it the same way since you were 7 years old.
Sure
and then
do.
it pops up on the screen and you look at it and it has a different title than you thought you have been singing for the last 40 years. Has that ever happened to you, Hank?
It has. It happens all the time.
Yes.
Because you'll be like, dun, 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 strawberry oatmeal, and it'll be something else, Absolutely.
So anyway, I'm going to tell you this story. There's a gentleman by the name of Gordon Lightfoot who sang a couple songs that you might know. Sundown, dun, ba, da, bum, 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 ba, da, bum, bum, ba, da, bum, bum, bum.
Yep.
Then there's one that he sings. It's called The Ballad. Dun 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 dun. It's the Ballad of Elvis Fitzgerald.
You did terrible.
Right?
Okay, I probably have heard that. Okay.
So this guy also sings this song that I'm not going to give you the title. Our producer Moose is going to play the first probably 20 seconds, and the title is in it. And I want you to tell me what you think he says here. Go ahead, Moose. Hit it.
Title up there.
Yes, don't look. Just listen to the song. You've heard this before too.
Picking up the pieces of my sweet shattered dream.
Heard it before?
Yep.
Okay.
I wonder how the old folks are tonight. Her name was Anne, and I'll be damned if I recall her face. She left me now knowing.
All right, get ready to listen to this.
Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Carefree highway.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Moose. Okay. To me, what I've been singing for 40 years is every highway keeps coming on you. Every highway. Is that what you hear?
No.
What do you hear?
Carefree Highway.
Do you really hear Carefree Highway?
Yeah. Now you just made me sit there with my eyes closed, and right before he said that thing, you were like, listen to this song.
Right. Okay. Hey, Moose, play just the part because you're right. The song is called Carefree Highway. I've been singing Every Highway for 40 years. Now when I listen to it, all I can hear is Carefree.
Yeah.
So play it one more time, Moose. All right, here it comes. And our audience too, do this little exercise because there is no way in a million years I thought it was Carefree. And then you hear it once you see the name Carefree. That's all you hear is Carefree.
Well, and let me talk while it's going on.
Yeah.
You said, okay, here's the part. Listen to it. Listen.
Right.
And so
but I
like,
thought it was just so... okay, here it goes. It's the next verse of this.
Look at those sandals he's wearing.
Awesome guy here. Now listen.
Now listen, Chad. Listen hard.
It's Carefree Highway. Never knew it was Carefree Highway. But anyway, that's all I hear now. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. But you knew it from the beginning that it was Carefree Highway.
Yeah, I pay attention.
99% of the United States of America.
I'm going to call bull crap on that. Who did this poll? Who did this poll?
It's a Chatty's poll.
Deluxe printing poll.
I think I maybe asked 3 of my friends what they thought, right? But anyway.
And 2 of them were like, Gordon, who?
I've never heard that song before.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so this was fun. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff on
great things.
on this special
Great things
Thanksgiving
today.
episode. So let's go down another little rabbit hole, Hank.
All right.
So today, you and I were talking about we lost power in our neighborhood in our block at where I work, and you mentioned that you had power, and you had a reference to Star Wars at the Death Star. What was your reference? Do you remember what you
We're
said?
fully functional like the Death Star.
Bingo, which I love. And I mentioned something about the Rebel Alliance coming in there to potentially knock out your power by doing what they do and sending X-Wings in to destroy the Death Star, correct?
Yeah, through that little hole that's only the size of a womp rat.
Exactly. Very tough shot.
It is a tough shot.
And he did it without his guiding equipment.
I used to do it on my T1 something.
Yes,
I don't know. Go ahead.
So anyway, just thinking after we relay those texts back and forth that the Star Wars that we know, it's the main trilogy. It's the Star Wars, it's the Empire Strikes Back, it's the Return of the Jedi. No Jar Jar, no Attack of the Clones, none of this stuff. Just what we remember, what we call our Star Wars. Let's talk about the top 5 Star Wars scenes in those 3 movies. In your opinion, what reminds you? Because I get kind of like nostalgic when I think about Star Wars.
All right.
It takes you back to a time when you were a child, playing with the little figures, watching the movies, because those movies were incredible when we were growing up.
Because they were what, 76?
Yeah.
So you got to think we were watching it 8 years later, thinking it was incredible, and parents thinking it was crazy. Still incredible.
Right. So let's go top 5 episodes. Let's just not episode scenes. We'll just throw a few out there. One of my top one is when Han Solo gets frozen in the carbonite.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Because it was kind of scary. It was sad, too. It was at the end of Empire, and you really don't know what's going on. And remember his face? Remember that face?
Yeah.
He's got his hands up like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
So I like that scene because it was at the end, and you really do not know what's
But that was
in store.
the fight. That's when Luke and Darth Vader fought, right?
He did.
Right at
That's
there.
when he says, Luke.
You're my father. I'm your father. Right.
Yes.
And that's when Chewie and Lando pick him up off the antenna. Okay.
Bingo.
So one of my favorite parts, and we're not doing this in order by any means. We're kind of talking about what we loved.
We don't even have this written down. We're off the cuff.
So it kind of piggybacks on that because that was a great scene. But mine is when Luke comes into Jabba the Hutt's palace.
Fantastic.
And
scene.
he talks to him like he's a punk.
Yes.
And then he's like, "Hey, I'm going to kill you if we don't get this worked out."
That's right.
And they go out to the sand, and he ends up wrecking their day.
Excellent scene.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes in that one.
Yeah. I also like in Return, the Ewoks get kind of cheesy, but I like when they're on those speeders and they're going through, I think it's Endor, right?
Yeah.
The moon of Endor or whatever. Yeah. And they're zipping through that forest.
Oh, yeah.
That part is really, really cool.
It blew your mind.
It really
when they did.
It really takes your breath away.
Yeah, it blew your mind when it did it. That was pretty good. So I'm with you on that one.
This podcast is sponsored by Jackson Creative, a custom communication agency located in downtown Hickory, North Carolina, specializing in online content creation. To learn more, visit thejacksoncreative.com. Jackson Creative, we tell your story.
The other one, the classic scene of everything, is when they destroy the Death Star, the first one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like Luke not knowing he's should be confident, and he goes through the canal and all that, you know. So that's probably one of my favorites.
And another one that I remember because I'd never seen this before. So it's the first scene in Empire when they're on Hoth, and you know he kills a Yeti or whatever, that Tauntaun, and he sleeps in it because they're looking for Luke or Han or Luke or whatever. Yeah. But anyway, the first time you see the AT-AT.
Oh yeah.
Remember when those things started?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
the AT-AT was great.
That was amazing. That actually Hoth, Empire Strikes Back might be my number one scene of any Star Wars.
Yeah, it was pretty great
cool.
Because when he ends up doing the thing where he wraps the catapult around its legs and it trips, and then he gets up and he
then he takes the lightsaber and gets up there.
Gets up there and starts wrecking havoc on him.
So wonderful.
Finally, my last one that I'll bring is kind of close to that, but it was in the other one, is when he goes and trains with Yoda.
Dagobah system.
Yeah, goes to the Dagobah system.
Wonderful.
And he goes in there and he trains with not even knowing how great Yoda was, and he wears him like a backpack.
Yes,
and he goes running through the swamp.
He'll do flips
and
with him on his back.
And then he's got to climb that rope, and he's got Yoda on there.
Yeah.
Just with his cane.
Yeah.
Knowing that Yoda could outfight him. At that point, he's still making him carry him. That guy.
Oh, Yoda. What a character.
What a character.
Does Harris watch the movie? My girls have never seen the Star Wars. They cannot get into it.
Harris has seen every one.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he how did you watch them in order? Did you go?
We went as they are supposed to be played. How we watched them.
How we watched them is how Harris watched them.
Is how Harris watched them.
Does he have a favorite?
I think he likes the newer ones just for the simple fact that they are better. If you're better cinematically, they're done.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
So especially that last one where they find Luke in the mountains, and he is in that fight with the Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
And he gets out, and they lay into Luke in front of the base, and all the blasters get done, and he's standing there still.
Yeah,
that's a cool scene. Yeah. And so I think that he likes those probably a little bit better, but he liked all of them.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to get your girls on those, man.
I've tried to say,
and they're movie people.
I know, but they just haven't gotten the bug yet.
Well, the funny thing is my father-in-law was telling us one evening, he's talking to me, my brother-in-law, and he was like, man, you guys don't know what a great movie is until you see Bullet with Steve McQueen. Right. And, when they're going through, it's through San Francisco. And, the big scene is him driving this Mustang, and he's flying over these roads and everything. And it was crazy driving when my father-in-law watched it in the 60s, right? But that's child's play compared to Fast and Furious and what they're doing on those, right? And so
jumping off mountains and connecting to planes as they jump off a mountain.
He gave us a DVD of it, and we watched it 8-9 years ago when we had a DVD.
Right.
And Carson looked at it after about 15 minutes, and he was like, "This thing sucks." And I couldn't agree with him more. And it's probably one of the great, police chases and cinematic history. But, you just don't appreciate that old stuff.
We get spoiled by all this CGI, this and that, and all this technology.
Your daughters are spoiled with, other movies too.
Sure. Well, anyway, I am excited because, during Thanksgiving week, I go see my brother-in-law. We normally do our thing, and we always take the girls to see a movie on Friday.
That's right.
But we're
Sepia movie.
typically we get a little nappy time in there, but we're going to the State Carolina game. It's Friday, so no movie time this year, but we'll try to get it back in gear next Thanksgiving. Yes. So, Hank, some exciting things happening this weekend. I don't know if you've heard. I'm sure you've heard because you're part of this.
You are the smuggest. I'm on your team. I am on your team. You have zero self-awareness.
That was a joke, okay? We're trying to be funny in this podcast.
You're
Big
not.
fan. We tried to bring the humor. Anyway, it's Town Cup 2021, my friend. We're going to run this thing back for our audience. What it is, it's a Ryder Cup format golf tournament. We have 54 contestants. We break them down into 3 teams, red, white, and blue. Starts with a big Friday night where we introduce the teams. Our new participants, each team has 6 new participants that are adding to last year's team.
Right.
And we go over the format. We go over all the good stuff about the Ryder Cup. It brings a great competition level. We eat oysters, Hank. There are oysters and jambalaya and Low Country Boil.
That's Saturday night, right?
It's Friday night.
Oh, Friday.
That's at our buddy's house. Then we play a little glow ball for an hour, and then we do the pairings, and then, we get ready for the big event, which tees off 10 a.m. Saturday, best ball format.
Best ball format.
On the front 9. Second 9, captain's choice format. Party Saturday night.
Two individuals or
2 9-hole matches.
but you and your partner
Yes.
play best ball. Then you and your partner play captain's choice.
When your partner gets switched up each time, you have a different partner.
Yeah. But it's not 4. It's not 4 of you playing. It's just a 2-person. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then alternate shot Sunday, and we finish with individual matches. So there'll be 16 or 17 individual matches on Sunday to see who brings home the title of the 2021 Town Cup champions.
I like it.
We are Team Red, and we are the defending champions.
We are.
You were on that team last year.
God, hard for you to remember.
Did you contribute a point? I can't recall if you won anything.
So I do remember a couple things.
Okay, go ahead.
I remember I made you the best Bloody Mary you've ever had.
That is very true. I do remember that.
Okay.
Yes.
So don't be searching me out this weekend and waiting for me to make you a Bloody Mary because I know my way around a Bloody Mary bar.
No doubt about it.
Okay. I had to play with Bradley Fairchild on alternate shot on Sunday morning. He was seepy.
He was very tired.
He was seepy.
Yeah.
But I think we got that one.
Oh, did you? Okay.
And then I got paired up with, I can't remember who I got paired up and did not win my match.
In the individual?
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually went through them again last night, and you had a hard competitor, I think. That,
Yeah, it was. I was outmatched.
Yeah, everybody's doors off. But anyway, it should be fun. Again, we are the returning champions. I'm looking forward to a fantastic weekend. Weather should be cool. Sunny, but cool. You know, like November.
50s.
So it'll be a
40 in the morning.
Yep. So
You know what I love about this?
Bloody Marys in the morning. Yes.
You know what I love about golf? It's like this in all sports when you get adult money. You know, like you can actually, I like this, I want to spend it.
Right.
There's going to be guys out there that have $1,500 worth of gear on
No doubt.
that play like crap.
I can't wait to see them.
I can't either.
This is going to be good.
It's going to be hat, matches belt, matches
Yes.
sock, matches brand new shoes.
Yes.
Bag's going to be all locked up.
Yep.
Brand new clubs, and they're going to shoot 43 over. I can't wait. I love it.
It's going to be good.
I love seeing that
It'll
fight.
be real good stuff. So, Pairings Party Friday. So, if you can make it, I know you got Christmas Parade, which is big time in Hickory.
Yes.
Caldwell Banker has a float.
Are you just remembering the name of my company?
No. I'm trying to piece something together because
Yes, we do.
Skybox and a Skybox at the Crawdad Stadium. Now we're talking a Christmas float, Hank.
Christmas float.
You guys have made it big time. Congratulations.
We're doing some things.
Congratulations. So, you're getting on the float. Tell me how the float works. You're just going uptown, waving to kids. Are we distributing candies?
Yes, we are distributing candy.
Tell me you're just not throwing cheap candy canes. The little ones.
We do have candy canes. We
Give
do
me some
have
better candy.
suckers. We do
Suckers.
have Tootsie
Dum-Dums, Tootsie
Rolls.
Rolls, okay.
We do have something else. I can't remember what it is. No chocolate because it gets mushed and everything. So it's all kind of like hard stuff.
Sure.
But the good thing is the real estate industry is dominated by females, right? I have a ton of great agents.
Right.
But all of them had an opinion on what we should do. And I have one agent that was in interior design, and she was like, I got an idea. And everybody kind of got behind her and said, It looks perfect. Let's do it. And she has grabbed the bull by the horns, and she has done just an amazing job on our float.
Can you give me I'm not going to be there for the parade this year, Hank.
Okay, and this is not going to be out, and tomorrow's a parade, so it might not be out in time.
Okay.
So
let's hear about it.
We got a 16-foot trailer, open trailer. She has made, or with everybody's help, constructed a gingerbread house.
Okay.
Candy canes and everything.
Gumdrops.
And it looks amazing. The house does. Packages twirling on themselves. They're not twirling, but they look like they're twirling on themselves.
Yes.
A brand new agent of ours is going to wear a gingerbread blow up suit and kind of like dance around and everything.
Sure.
And then we have a sign. It's going to be lit from 6 different areas. And then 25 of us are going to be walking behind it, handing out candy.
Is one gentleman with the last name Eimer, will he be wearing a red and white suit like Santa Claus?
There's nobody's allowed to wear a Santa outfit.
Is that the rule?
Yes, because Santa's the last one.
Yes.
You don't wanna confuse the
the
kids.
kids.
Like-
What about dressing up like Elf?
We actually had an elf costume, but
Dude,
we only
please
have
do
so
this.
many
Come on, Hank.
spaces.
Come
And
on, do it for the kids.
They
Hank.
don't. It,
do it for
we
the
had a
kids.
small, and I'm more of a large
Do it
guy.
for the
I'm
kids.
sorry, I couldn't do it.
Dress up like a snowman or a gingerbread man.
We are going to have blue Coldwell Banker sweatshirts on.
Okay. Ruin the fun. Ruin the fun for everyone.
Wait, you know what? Let's put a gingerbread man on your float. Where's your float, Chad?
We decided not to participate this
It's because
year.
you hate your employees, isn't it? It's because you hate your employees and your town.
We hate kids. We just don't like kids.
Okay.
So anything to help the kids, we say no.
Okay.
No, Joe.
We'll remember this.
Yeah. Do you have so there'll be music like playing from your
We
float?
do. We
Will it
do.
be Christmas music or will
Christmas.
it be like Bruno or
Come on, baby. Like something like that. No. We're going to do Christmas kind of like, I think like peppy Christmas, not like traditional Christmas.
Wonderful.
So yes, we are going to do that. We are 2 behind the Hickory High Band, which would be cool because I love band, I love hearing the band. And so it'll be cool to listen to them.
Yeah.
Don't know if we'll be able to hear music.
Yeah.
And then, the other thing is there's a lot of great real estate companies out there, in Hickory, a lot of great agents, a lot of great owners, a lot of great companies. There's 2 other ones in it. So, obviously you're thinking
we've got the best float.
we've got to impress.
Yes, of course.
Because it's a friendly rivalry. And,
sure.
So I know one of them paid for a float to be made. Whoa.
What are you expecting?
I don't know.
What if Let It Go? What is that movie called? Anna and
Frozen?
What if there's a huge frozen castle and Anna and Elsie or Elsa or whatever dancing out in front of
They'll
it?
be broke. So
I mean, the kids would love that. Hank.
kids would love
I think
that.
that's why you need the outfit.
you know why? Because if the kids love it, then they're going to go out and buy houses.
Exactly.
So you got to appeal to the
Exactly.
kids.
Kids they could put some pressure on their parents. Use that agent, Daddy.
Use him.
Daddy, use that.
Use
agent.
him.
They had the Elsa castle. You've got to use him.
So I don't know what we're going to bump into, but I'm sure there's going to be everything from in the floats, like big time floats. I'm sure City Hickory's is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's going to be others, to people sitting in the back of a truck throwing out candy. But you cannot throw candy this year.
Do you have to place it?
You have
on
to
the,
like
oh my God! You have to
put it at
drop
their
on
feet
the
or
ground?
hand it to them.
Holy cow! These rules.
I know. I had to tell our people, we bought a bunch of candy, like a ton of candy.
Right.
And I was like, we can't throw all this out in the first 15 feet.
Right.
Like just be like throwing let's be
pace ourselves.
a little bit thoughtful with this, and so everybody can get some. Because I've got some people on my staff that may get a little heavy handed, and I got to tell them, hey, and we're 25th in line. There's candy being thrown up there.
Plenty of candy in front of us. Yeah. Let's spread it out now. Okay. Got it. Sticking on the holiday theme, Hank, I mentioned to you this before we started the podcast, that I have been practicing over the past month for a little old thing called the Nutcracker. My daughter has performed in the Nutcracker, Lucy Rose, for the last, I'd say, maybe 5 years. And she started as a little mouse, and she's working her way up. Now she's dancing with the big kids. And I've always wanted to be on the stage to dance with her. And I've never had the chance to do it. And so there was a call for audition to be a part of the Nutcracker for adults. There's like 8 parts.
Yeah. Lead role, I'm sure, because you wouldn't take anything but a lead role.
You know, I'm the star.
Right.
I mean,
Lead
come
role.
on. Lead role, of course. And so.
You're putting nuts in the Nutcracker's mouth. Let me guess.
Yes, that's exactly what I do. But so I like to dance. Everybody knows I like to dance, and more of a freestyle dance. I don't know exactly what's going to happen when the music hits me. It's just my body's just going to do some stuff.
Nothing in my body wants you to take off your shirt more than when this happens. So please consider it. People will love it.
I know they would.
People would love it.
But it will not happen during Nutcracker. I'm dressed up like, I've got like a mink coat on and stuff for the. Not like a pimp coat, but
like your Bruno coat.
No, no,
taking your Bruno
no.
coat?
Let me take that
because it's got some
more
mink
like
on
a
it.
tuxedo, but I'm supposed to be, in a cold, wintry environment. So I had a big coat on. I take the coat off. We get by a fire. We dance with the kids. It's the first scene of the Nutcracker. It's called the adult dance scene.
Do you know how hot it's going to be for you? Yeah. That would freak me out. I'm sure you're not going to be freaked out about it, but you're going to have wool clothes on. You're going to be by a fire. You're going to be dancing.
Yeah,
it could close up on you pretty quick. Is the collar going to be? Because you're going to have a tie on.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to freak out, man.
The spotlights too, kind of putting some extra heat.
You're going to freak out, dude.
Oh gosh, I'm already starting to get a little clammy right now as we think about it. But anyway, as we practice, again, I am not good at following steps like direction. Left foot, right foot, right foot, right foot, right foot, twirl, 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 dip, 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 back up. I'm not good at following that.
That does not surprise. I don't know why you're looking me in the eyes and think that surprised me. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, because I'd rather right, ho, ho, ho.
High five,
dip,
high five.
Dip, dip. Twirly, twirly, snake. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do the standard protocol steps. I want to go by my own desires.
Yeah, and yet you wonder why this is the first opportunity you've had in 47 years.
So true. So anyway, we had to practice Saturday. It was our third one. And the lady that I'm dancing with, she couldn't make it. So I'm doing the steps. We're doing our routine, right? And I'm doing it by myself. And Lucy Rose is just looking at me, like shaking her head like, you've got a lot to learn, Dad. A lot to learn.
Does she know the steps? I mean, can she help you at home?
She's going to have to help me. I'm so behind. This thing is in 3 weeks, dude.
But she knows them.
She's got it down solid. So that's what I've asked her. I was like, you're going to have to help me get through this because right now, the rest of the people, the adults, they're doing it fine. They're twisting and turning and dipping. And when they're dipping, I'm turning. And when they're sashaying, I'm pirouetting. You know what I'm saying? I am off badly.
See, this is where the anxiety is going to come in.
It's already started. Look at me.
This is where it's going to happen.
Coming on my forehead?
I mean, listen. You've always wanted to launch a career.
Yeah.
No bigger stage.
This is it.
I
mean, it's time for me to put up or shut up, Hank. I get the limelight. I'm dancing in front of a fire with my daughter. Doesn't get any bigger than this. In the town of Lenore.
Yep.
Lenore ain't seen nothing yet, boy. They ain't seen nothing.
Yeah. Well, I heard they had to move it because the crowd was so big.
Yeah, exactly. They had to find a bigger venue for us.
Right.
Right. Ticket sales are through the roof. Yeah. Have you bought yours yet?
Yes.
Okay, good. I can't wait to see you out in the audience.
Yes. Speaking of ticket sales.
Yes, sir.
I saw you Wednesday evening at a Hickory High soccer game.
That you did.
Okay.
Yes.
I've seen multiple games this year. Have you?
I've seen a half of the first game.
The very first game. Okay, so you haven't seen any.
I've not seen them the way they play now. Okay. Holy cow.
So I've probably been to 5 games, portions of 5 games.
Right.
And they're pretty well attended. The student section's pretty good. But the attendance, so to tell our audience, they were playing in the semifinals of the
States.
3A state playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you think were in attendance that night?
Dude, I've never seen it like that. It was standing room only.
Right.
Backed up 2 to 3 deep. I can't even estimate a number. Do you know what it was?
I heard ticket sales, they sold 600.
Yeah.
But there's some boosters and people that get in, helping. Say there were 50-ish that got in for free. Right. Then you're talking about team.
Sure.
Right? You're talking about the teammates. Then you're talking about kids that come in from different areas, maybe football or,
they didn't buy a ticket.
They came in through a different area.
Yep.
I bet you it was close to 100?
That is the most people have, and I mean, we've been to Hickory High School soccer games since we played soccer. You know, we'd come back and watch this one and this year. It's the most people have ever seen at a soccer game. Hands down, easily. Right.
But would it have looked different in the stadium?
You mean in the big stadium?
Yeah. Would it have looked, because we always played there.
Right.
It was a big crowd. And I understand the kids want to play on the grass because that's what they're comfortable with and it's better for their game. But it would have been better viewing in the stadium.
Sure.
But it was great.
That energy in that place was incredible. So congratulations to the Hickory High School Red Tornadoes. They will be playing Friday night at 7 in Cary, North Carolina to bring home the state championship. And did you see who they're playing?
West Alamance?
A number 21 seed who upset the big dudes on the east side.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're the 21th ranked seed, dude. We got a real shot at this.
We got a real shot anyway. We're the third seed.
I know, you're right.
Who are you?
Okay, I'm just saying.
What's your energy right now?
On paper, it's shaping up really good for us. But you know what? You don't win and lose on paper. It's how you play the game on the field.
Right. I saw something pretty crazy. There's two twin brothers that we know their parents really well, and they're
great soccer players.
They're great. They're great. They're great defend. The whole great team, but the whole defense is incredible.
Yeah.
And those two guys are on the back, and they're side by side. It'd be amazing to be in this position with your brother, right? And I didn't even realize this, but I saw a picture yesterday of them celebrating after the game, all the guys, right? And it's those two brothers, and they're with other players, and they're kind of jumping around. And here's the second string goalie is in there jumping around with them too. The second string goalie is their freshman brother who got moved up after the JV season and is sitting the bench. Their starter is, I guess, a junior or senior, but he's all three boys,
three brothers,
are on the same field and have the chance to win a state championship.
How wonderful of a story this is.
Especially for their parents to, be able to share it with all three of them. And, they get to go down to Raleigh. They get to sleep in the hotel. They get to have fun.
I'm sure I'm not going to be able to go, but I'm sure there's a big crowd going to Cary this weekend.
I think there is.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Good.
I think there is.
So one other thing I wanted to point out, and so I noticed, our high school team, when I was in high school, we made a couple little playoff runs. We never made it to the semis or anything. I think we made it to the quarters once. Had a team good enough probably to get to the semis and maybe even the finals, but just couldn't pull it off. The team that I watched the other night, they seem so much better, though, skill-wise.
They are.
Way more skilled than anything I remember Hickory High School teams having. Is that accurate?
You know why? Because of travel soccer.
Yeah.
They have, you just think about it, like they get so many more touches on the ball.
Right.
So many more. The kids aren't any bigger or stronger. There's some big kids on there, but you had some big guys on your team too.
Fast guys
and everything. It comes down to touches.
Yeah. So Jennifer, we were talking about, we were leaving the field. I was like, man, I'm so happy for those kids. And I was just like, they just seemed a lot better prepared or more skilled than we were. And she was like, well, think about it. They've been playing soccer year round since they've been little. What we did is we would play soccer, then we'd play basketball, then you'd have baseball season, then you'd play another thing, but you weren't doing anything year round. You were alternating sports. That doesn't really
and training's changed now too. So when we played JV, it was always like drill and then play and stuff like that. They play like small groups. Yeah. And it's, you're having to touch the ball in a very small box. So your touches have to be more precise. They have to be better passes and everything else. And I saw the right wing, Ben Howard.
Ooh, he was good.
He is good. He is so calm in distress.
Absolutely.
Right? Nothing, he is so calm because he has had this guy this far from him before 1 million times. He's made this touch. And so it is kind of interesting to watch these kids because you would spaz. Okay, let me, you're a good player. Yes. Let me tell you who would spaz. Our friend CJ Hines. I cannot tell you, I did not play junior and senior year. I did not play.
Right.
And I would come out and support my buddies. And I watched him blast balls from 10 yards away, 25 yards over the goal because he spazzed out, right? Yeah. These kids don't spaz out.
Yeah,
They'll miss shots, but they don't spaz out.
Calm, cool, and collected. That is for sure. Yeah. That would be great if they bring home the gold.
It'd be incredible.
Hickory High brings home the gold. Team Red brings home the Town Cup the same weekend. This is a pretty big weekend.
Let me tell you one other
for
thing.
athletes in Hickory.
It is. Let me tell you, speaking of athletes in Hickory, the football team had a great run.
Yes, they did.
So they lost in the playoffs last week, and that's the third round or whatever. They made it to the third round of the playoffs. Hickory High football and soccer was good. when we were there.
Yes.
We'd always make it to the playoffs. We'd always play a game or two in the playoffs. We never won a state championship until after 96, after we were gone.
Right.
But we were good teams.
Sure.
You'd want to go watch the football team play. You'd want to go watch soccer team play.
Yep.
Between when we were there and right now, they were kind of garbage. Both teams. You had a team or two that was great.
Right.
I think they've got these programs headed in the right direction.
Going the right way. I mean, think about the kids that are getting ready to come up to start high school next year. These dudes are bad.
Yeah.
They have been playing since they were little together for, since they were 5 all year round. And the football team, Roger was telling me they're only going to get stronger and better.
Yeah, they're only losing like 3 guys.
Yeah, so Hickory High School sports is in for some good stuff for the next 4 to 6 years, let's say at least.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. All right, man. Well, good. Well, this has been a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving podcast.
Hasn't
Hank.
it, though?
So let's end this podcast with telling our audience one thing that you are truly, truly thankful for. Besides me, of course. Let's tell them what you're truly thankful for.
I can't even take you serious right now.
Just look into my eyes and tell me.
I'm thankful that we are going to be on a team that's going to annihilate those losers on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thankful for?
No, I was going for more sentiment. I'm thankful for my family, Hank.
Oh, God.
I'm thankful for my family.
Yeah.
We love each other. I'm thankful for the big fan audience who stays tuned or sticks tuned or stays in touch or whatever they do. They download.
Butchered it.
They download every 2 weeks. Big fan. These records, our numbers are hitting record highs, brother.
Yeah,
we have a new big fan audience member. What are we looking at? How to cancel subscription to
subscribe
Apple.
to YouTube.
Okay.
Like we got and review. Give a
right.
review.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, take it from here.
No, just review, because there's one thing to have a podcast that you like. There's another thing to actually give to the podcast and do a review, or like it or subscribe to a channel.
Right.
That's not being selfish.
Sure. Of course not. Anyway, I was going to tell you, Olivia told one of her teachers about Big Fan.
Uh-oh.
She tuned in, told Olivia Monday at school, I love it. You've got a fan in me. So anyway, Olivia's promoting the Big Fan message. Guys, please promote it with us. Tell all your friends. Let's go download it. Send the fax. What's the fax number, Hank?
There is no fax number. We got a pager number. Just go out and subscribe.
There you go.
Just go out and subscribe.
TheMesh.tv. Check us out. Big Fan. Download us. Whatever you need to do. Hank, it's been real. I look forward to seeing you this weekend, and good luck with the Christmas parade. Do not throw candy canes at any little kid's eyes, all right? No lawsuits ahead of us, okay?
Certainly not.
Okay, just place it at their feet or in their hands.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right, Big Fan audience. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Peace.
Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.